Alright, so this is Dylan Newton. This is my overview for the Project 2 assignment. This is my game I made, Carcore. It's a 3D platformer. Here we are, just loading the menu. That's my level screen. Here we have the character just at the start of the game. Sorry if it's a bit buggy, that's just my recording software that I use. I promise it's not like that in the game. So here's just showing off some of the jumping mechanics, the dash that I implemented, the roll that I implemented. There we have it. So this is the start of the level. You just have to jump across a few of the boxes, over the lamppost, onto the bin, over the car, and then onto this pipe. You have to walk along carefully and then get over here. That's like the first little part of the level. You have to roll under this pipe, jump over the waist, and then roll under the other pipe. And then here we'll get to the first. This is like the bit I'm most proud of the level. So you have to avoid the oil spills, as you can see. And I think here I also show I have a save checkpoint mechanic. So you can press the M button, the M key, to set your checkpoint, and then you press the R to respawn at that checkpoint, as I'm doing here. So if you get stuck at a part of the level where you might need a respawn or you run a high thing, then you can just set your checkpoint. And then here's the oil spill. So when you land on the oil spill, you die, it sends you the death screen. So it ragdolls the character for a second, then it sends you to the death screen, and then it sends you back to the main menu where you have to restart the game again. I could have done it in a mode, I could have used widgets, but I used levels instead, just to make it a little bit easier for me, and it was easier for us to implement, because I kind of ran out of time near the end of the development process. That's as I climb on the oil spills here. You used to show off the dash mechanic there. That's one thing which I really struggled with across the entire development process. I struggled with my time management. The 3D platform wasn't my first choice of game. It wasn't what I was working at the start. I was working on a racing game, but I just couldn't figure out a way to implement it and have enough time to build it how I wanted to. So as like an overview of my project, that's something like here. So I just get the cog and it sets the game, and there's a restart and an exit screen, which both work as well. They both work. But yeah, as an overview of my project, I'd say that if I could go back and redo it, I'd definitely choose to do it in a pair or in a group of three. Doing it on my own was too much. There wasn't enough time for me as a developer to show off my skills well enough. Like, I think it shows my modeling's quite good. I feel like it shows my programming was pretty decent. My texturing, I feel like my texturing was very good with the character. But overall, there just wasn't enough time for me to make something that I was really happy with, because I changed the game concept quite late in the process, with like a week and a half to go, which I really shouldn't have done. Thinking back on it, I should have chosen a different game to start with, a different genre. But I should have just stuck with the racing genre. What else? My time management wasn't great. I would say that the time that I actually spent doing everything wasn't great as well. Obviously, I have had to hand it in my game late. I have been away, so I haven't been able to do any work in the extra week, the week that it's been late, I haven't been able to do any extra work. But I would say that it's just not good enough. Like, I've been given nearly a month to make a game, and just because my personal beliefs, I just haven't been able to make it how I want. So yeah, if we were to do this project next year or do it again, I'd definitely work in a group, and I'd have a specific role, like a modeler or something, instead of trying to do everything, because that just really hasn't worked this time around. Say my research, I feel like my research is pretty good. I was definitely missing on a couple things, like my game design documents. I didn't research game design documents. I kind of just wanted to get my research done as fast as I could so I could get on with the development of the game, which is another thing. Like, if I'd have been in a group, but I wasn't. Like, I can't just blame it, but I wasn't in a group. I should have used my time more carefully, and I should have spent more time doing the research. My design, I feel like at the start my design was really good, like with the character and making the car model itself of a car game, which I then had to use to make the character. And the texture in itself, I feel like, was very good. but my actual coding of the game and level design aren't the best. I'm not happy with them at all, to be totally honest. But I feel like that's a pretty good overview of what's happened and what's went wrong with my game. I hope that whoever's watching this enjoyed it, and I hope that you thought it was good, because I didn't really, to be totally honest. So yeah, thank you, and I hope you enjoyed it.